Welcome to the Deep Dive, the place where we explore, well, all sorts of fascinating topics to help you with learning English. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ella. Great to be here. Today, we're diving into something really practical, an everyday situation. Choosing a fragrance at a perfume store.
That's right. It's something many of us do, and it's packed with useful language. The title for this deep dive is It Smells Amazing.
I like that title. So we're going to listen to a casual chat. It's between two people, Alex and Ella, as they're trying out different scents.
Exactly. And this is just a fantastic way, really, to pick up natural English, the kind you'd actually use in these kinds of real-life scenarios. So, should we jump into the dialogue?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, I'll be Alex. This one smells amazing. It's floral, but not overwhelming.
There's a subtle hint of cedar, which gives it depth.
Exactly. It feels sophisticated, not just sweet.
I usually avoid anything too strong, but this one is balanced.
Do you think it's more suitable for evenings or daytime?
Probably evenings. It has that lingering effect that feels elegant.
Would it be weird if I wore it casually, like to brunch or errands?
Not at all. Fragrance is personal. If it makes you feel confident, go for it.
I love that perspective. Scent should reflect mood, not rules.
Yeah, I read somewhere that our scent memory is stronger than visual memory.
That's fascinating. So the right perfume can anchor a moment in time.
Exactly. Every time you wear it, you relive that memory a little.
All right, I'm getting this one. It already feels like part of my story.
Good choice. You'll probably get compliments too.
Let's see how long it lasts. Longevity matters almost as much as the scent.
Okay, so that was our little scene. Fun to act out.
Yeah, it was. And listening to that, you probably caught some really interesting words and phrases people use when talking about smells and, well, their opinions.
Definitely. So let's break some of that down. We can look closer at some key vocabulary that, could be really useful for your English.
Absolutely. Let's start with overwhelming. Remember Ella said, it's floral but not overwhelming.
Right.
So overwhelming basically means too much, too intense, maybe even difficult to handle.
Yeah, like it's just too powerful.
Exactly. So the floral scent is noticeable, it's there, but it's not so strong that it becomes, unpleasant. Let's say that line again. It's floral but not overwhelming.
It's floral, but not overwhelming. And you can use overwhelming for lots of things, can't you?
Exactly.
Like the homework load was overwhelming, or maybe the traffic noise was just overwhelming.
Good examples. Okay, next up, sophisticated. Alex said, it feels sophisticated, not just sweet.
Sophisticated. That's a great word. It suggests something kind of elegant, refined.
Yeah, showing a good understanding of, like, culture or taste. It's definitely more than just being nice or sweet.
It implies a certain depth. Let's repeat that one too. It feels sophisticated, not just sweet.
It feels sophisticated, not just sweet. Think about maybe sophisticated music or someone with a very sophisticated sense of style. It has that layer of maturity, of elegance.
Right. Okay, another really useful one was subtle. Alex mentioned. There's a subtle hint of cedar.
Subtle. S-U-B-T-L-E. Tricky spelling sometimes.
It is. It means not obvious, not easy to notice right away.
So a subtle hint is just a very slight clue, a tiny trace. The cedar scent isn't the main thing you smell, but it's there, just gently in the background.
Exactly. Let's hear that again. There's a subtle hint of cedar.
There's a subtle hint of cedar. You might talk about, say, a subtle difference between two shades of blue, or a subtle change in the weather.
Perfect. Then we had lingering. Ella described the fragrance having a lingering effect that feels elegant.
Lingering. So that means it sort of hangs around, right? Stays for longer than you might expect.
Precisely. It continues to exist. It persists. So the elegant scent doesn't just disappear quickly. It stays with you for a while. That lingering effect really adds to that feeling of elegance.
Makes sense. Let's repeat that. It has that lingering effect that feels elegant.
It has that lingering effect that feels elegant. It really suggests the scent leaves a lasting impression, doesn't it?
It does. Okay. And the last key word we picked out was perspective. Ella said, I love that perspective.
Right. In this conversation, perspective means like a viewpoint, a way of thinking about something.
Exactly. Alex shared that idea that fragrance is personal, it's about confidence, and Ella really liked that way of looking at it, that viewpoint. So perspective is your point of view, how you see things. Let's say it one more time. I love that perspective.
I love that perspective. And understanding different perspectives is, well, it's crucial in communication generally, isn't it? Someone might have a totally different perspective on a current event, for example.
Absolutely. Okay, so those were some key words. Now maybe we should focus on some of the phrases and the bigger ideas from the dialogue, things that can really help boost your understanding of English in these everyday chats.
Good idea. Let's do that. One important concept was that idea of a balanced fragrance. Alex said, I usually avoid anything too strong, but this one is balanced.
Right, balanced. So when we talk about a fragrance being balanced, it means all the different notes, the different smells in it, they work together nicely. No single scent is like, boom, way too strong.
Yeah, it creates a sort of harmony, a harmonious blend. And balanced is useful beyond perfume, too. You talk about a balanced diet or maybe a balanced argument in a discussion.
Great point. And notice how Alex stated a preference there. I usually avoid anything too strong. That I usually avoid, or I usually prefer structure, is super common for talking about your general likes and dislikes.
Like I usually go for walks in the morning or I usually avoid horror movies. Very natural.
Then there was the question, do you think it's more suitable for evenings or daytime? That's a really typical thing to consider with perfume.
Definitely. And Ella's answer, probably evenings. It has that lingering effect that feels elegant, connects a feature of the scent, the lingering, elegant part, to a specific time or occasion.
Which brings up that whole idea of, well, appropriateness. Are there rules? Sometimes maybe general ideas like heavier scents for evening.
But as Alex pointed out, and this is key, fragrance is personal. If it makes you feel confident, go for it.
That's such an important point, isn't it? It's about how you feel.
Yeah.
And that phrase, go for it, it's a great, simple way to encourage someone.
It really is. Let's repeat that whole thought because it's quite powerful. Fragrance is personal. If it makes you feel confident, go for it.
Fragrance is personal. If it makes you feel confident, go for it. It just cuts through any supposed rules.
Exactly. And Ella's reply, I love that perspective. Scent should reflect mood, not rules. Really doubles down on that personal expression idea.
Reflect mood, meaning your scent choice should match how you're feeling, or maybe how you want to feel. Let's say that again, too. Scent should reflect mood, not rules.
Scent should reflect mood, not rules. It's quite freeing when you think about it like that.
It really is. That Alex drops that interesting tidbit. I read somewhere that our scent memory is stronger than visual memory. That opener, I read somewhere that, or I heard somewhere that, is super common for sharing info when you can't recall the exact source.
Yeah, we all do that. And the concept itself, scent memory, how smells can just zap you back to a past moment. It's fascinating stuff.
It really is, and Ella makes the connection. So the right perfume can anchor a moment in time. Using anchor like that is quite evocative.
It is. It means it sort of fixes or holds that memory firmly. The scent becomes strongly tied to that specific moment or feeling. It's a powerful idea. Let's repeat it. So the right perfume can anchor a moment in time.
So the right perfume can anchor a moment in time. You know, like the smell of baking bread instantly taking you back to your grandma's kitchen. That's scent memory anchoring that moment.
Exactly that. And this leads right into Ella's decision. All right, I'm getting this one. It already feels like part of my story. That phrase, feels like part of my story, shows it's more than just a nice smell. It feels personally significant.
Yeah, like it's becoming part of her identity almost.
And finally, they touched on longevity. Ella says, longevity matters almost as much as the scent.
Longevity, right? In perfume terms, that's just how long the scent lasts on your skin.
Yeah. And saying it matters almost as much as the actual smell highlights that it's a really important factor for many people when choosing.
Definitely. Okay, so quick recap then. We listened to a natural conversation about picking out perfume. We focused on some really handy vocabulary. Overwhelming, sophisticated, subtle, lingering, and perspective.
And we looked at key phrases like talking about a balanced fragrance, the idea that fragrance is personal and that scent should reflect mood. Lots of good stuff there.
We also touched on that really interesting link between smell and memory, how a scent can anchor a moment in time and feel like part of your story.
It really makes you think differently about perfume, doesn't it? It's not just about smelling nice.
It's much deeper than that.
Absolutely. So maybe the next time you're in a situation involving fragrances or even just describing smells, you can listen out for this kind of language. Notice how people describe things, how they state their preferences. It's a brilliant way to boost your English for sensory details and opinions.
That is a fantastic point. And maybe think about your own favorite scents. What kind of story do they tell about you? What memories do they anchor?
Ooh, I like that. A great final thought for everyone listening. And hey, if you found this deep dive helpful for learning English through these kinds of chats, well, we'd love it if you'd subscribe and maybe leave a like. It helps us bring you more content.
Yes, please do. Thanks so much for joining us on the deep dive today.
See you next time.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.